Hi everybody, I'm Claire Dowdall, it's my husband James. I started with Forever in February of this year, but my story sort of goes back a little bit further. My background's in marketing. I had a very fast early career in marketing. I had a first-class degree and I was promoted to a high managerial position when I was 24. All the fun, all the trips, the company car, everything. Then I had my little girl who's now 7. Went on maternity leave, and when I went back to work, I found that my job had been basically given to somebody else. I was given a job that I didn't want, and then 8 months later, I was made redundant, which is never very nice. And that moment when I had to hand over my Audi keys was the worst. I will have them again. So I had a couple of jobs after that. Luckily, I wasn't unemployed for very long, but they were disastrous jobs. A couple of disastrous jobs later, I decided I was unemployable. I'm not very easy to manage, and I went... he can definitely tell you that, it's fine. So I decided to go self-employed when I was 6 months pregnant, which was a little bit crazy, but I had to get out. I spent a day at work basically crying the whole day because I just wanted to go home to my other little girl. So I went self-employed, which is never easy, especially when you're about to have a baby. I've now been self-employed for 4 years, basically advising small businesses on marketing and helping startups. I'd come across Forever at networking before a few times. I'd been the really closed person. I didn't want to know about it at all. But then, after hearing a little bit more, seeing a few people pop up that I knew doing it, I decided to do some research, and I spent 4 or 5 months doing research. And eventually I came across a lady who I thought I could work with her, so I was another person that wasn't prospected by anybody. And I met up with her in a coffee shop in Birmingham. Prior to that, I'd grilled her, asked her loads of questions. I needed her to convince me. I was one of those people as well. And I decided to sign up there and then. So basically, I had interrogated Natalie Healy. So she's my sponsor. She's amazing. And started in February, and I started quite quickly. Within 8 weeks, I was supervisor, which was fantastic. After going to the QLS Diamond weekend in March, I basically went over to Natalie during the training and said, Natalie, I need to get to supervisor this weekend. And I did. I had 8 case credits to go, and I did that in 2 days, so that was quite exciting. Yeah. So it was a really big build-up to that, and I was very, very excited. But unfortunately, because I'd really rallied my team to get me to supervisor, they kind of fell a bit flat the next month. So I went from 19.5 case credits in my qualifying month to just 7 the following month, which I know is fairly common, but I took that quite badly. Because of my background, I'm a perfectionist. I need people to see me doing well. That's partly my issue. It's not that that's the reality. So I've always put a lot of pressure on myself to do really well in this business. So it's taken me another 7 months to get to assistant manager, which have been quite hard. I've had to build my team up, build my confidence, connect with my why, because I couldn't connect with it emotionally. I still struggle with that, but I'm getting there. And in September, I had a couple of diamonds join my team. My team tripled in September, and my case credits doubled. And that's what got me to assistant manager. So I'm really, really grateful to my team for just being amazing. I've got 2 down the front here with their cameras pointing at me. Alina and Lara are fantastic. They've got the right attitude, and I know they'll be up here early next year for sure. My husband, standing here looking really uncomfortable. The reason he's looking uncomfortable is because he's a truck driver. This is not his comfort zone, being up on a stage. I've done training and a bit of speaking before, so it's not too bad for me. But one of my whys is him. 2 years ago, he had to change jobs through no fault of his own. And he's and I'll say this for him, he's a very talented athlete. He enjoyed David's talk before, definitely, I could tell. He's done really long races as an ultra runner. He ran 145 miles non-stop to London from Birmingham 2 years ago. Very, very proud of him. And he raised £1,600 for charity, but he absolutely loves running, it's his passion. But because he changed jobs, he then had to be away all week trucking, and he wasn't able to train. So for the last 2 years, he's not been able to do the races that he wanted to because he's not been able to train. So I want to get him off the road so that he can train and he can do that big challenge he wants to do, which is to cycle from Land's End to John O'Groats. Sponsored by RG. He will do that, hopefully next year or the year after. So finally, just a few thank yous. Massive thank you to Natalie, who couldn't be here. She's had a really awful time with a back injury lately, but she knows that I really, really appreciate her. She's been massively patient with me. She talks to me very, very straight, and she's taught me to learn that I am worthy of success, which is something that I've definitely struggled with. I'm very much looking forward to hitting manager in the next couple of months, and very much looking forward to my future with Forever. So thank you very much, and good luck to everybody.